It's been a little while since I last played Call of the Sea. I remember that I'm here to find my husband. Some creepy stuff happened to his camp. And that's kind of all I remember, so hopefully the game does a good job of reiterating what was going on in the story.
That ship, torn apart and cast so far up the beach. What on earth could have happened to it?
Those don't look like claw marks at all. I can't tell if those are actually modeled or if they're just a texture. Okay, it seems like they're modeled.
My God. The ship's hull was ripped open. A few jagged rocks couldn't have caused a gash of this size.
I love it when characters just ignore, like, really obvious visual storytelling right in front of their faces. There are claw marks on this ship, lady. Can I climb that? Okay, so I've forgotten all. I'm just hitting random buttons. I've forgotten all of my controls. Okay, so why is the log? Oh, here we go. There we go. That's how you climb a ladder. Find the interaction node. I always, in real life, whenever I'm approaching a ladder,
This place
I hate when I forget to find the interaction node. See you later, Sengatsu. Oh, as always, and this is a tradition for people watching my videos later on, I always have to stop for just a second and remind myself to update my Twitch information to show that I'm playing Call of the Sea now, instead of playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is what I was playing before. So let's just, everybody take a little break. This is scintillating content. These are the times when people are probably thinking, hey, why don't you edit your videos?
I can't see any trace of the ship's crew, nor their remains.
So I don't edit my videos because it would take so much time. I really, the reason I make these videos is a lot. It's partly because, I love engaging with you folks. You guys make, playing these games a lot more fun. But I also get a lot out of it in terms of like my ability to like analyze these games. Having an audience makes me think more and express more about, more coherently about how these games work. And that's really helpful. Making super entertaining videos they're really tightly edited and built to succeed. Not really my forte, not really my priority, and so I apologize if sometimes I end up sort of wasting your time a little bit doing things that most people who make videos on YouTube would cut out. It's just because I don't have time for that, and it's actually another reason why I do this is because I have so few opportunities to play games with a very busy life. This sort of motivates me to get through all of the games in my backlog. But if it took a lot more time, it would no longer be an efficient way to get me to play games. So I apologize if it's boring, but I am never offended by people having a low watch time on my videos. If you want to skip around and just sort of like bounce around and try to find the good parts, go right ahead. Skip anything that you wish I had edited out. Oh, you're right. Ranifcord. Thank you so much. So, because she talks and comments randomly on the on what's going on, I was trying to keep the volume loud so that her voice would come through, and I could shut up when she's talking. But you're right. On this ship, there's so much ambient noise that was going to be a problem. So, thanks for reminding me that the volume was out of whack.
No power. Nope, wrong. Damn it.
Is this just going to be a trial and error thing?
I'll try again. All green. Now, what exactly did I turn on?
Oh, this is the Cthulhu button. Not sure what I turned on. One thing that was nice about Immortals Phoenix Rising, when you flipped a switch and something happened, they would put a glow on the edge of the screen to tell you what happened. And you could even see it through walls that outline whatever item you had activated.
voice. Is that Harry?
So Ranithcord suggests that if they've got the option... Oh yeah, look at this. I could take down the sound effects and the music, but leave the dialogue high. What does that sound like?
Five of us have survived, but we're stranded on this island. Please
No,
send help immediately.
just a recording.
This is a distress call from the
These knobs must control the vibrations inside this chamber.
miles east of Tahiti. The Lady Shannon has run aground. Its crew is unaccounted for. Five of us have survived, but we're stranded on this island. Please send help immediately.
Okay.
This is a distress call.
I don't want to listen to this distress call the whole time. I'm going to turn the volume down. Or actually, wait a minute. Maybe, can I turn that off? Thank you. I was thinking this expedition... Oh, okay. I'm going to turn the volume back up again now that I've got the... I've got that, that recording no longer playing. I was thinking this expedition had failed, but then I found those stairs that led me to that giant stone organ. It might be another way to get to the very heart of the island. In any case, there's nothing we can do until someone hears our distress call. All right, and what's this? On the island of Ponape.
Maybe the legend is more real than it seems.
There's Ponape, there's a city called Nan Madol that's composed entirely of large basalt structures. Legend has it the city was built with floating stones moved by black magic. All right. Okay, so now let's see what this does. So, I can turn it on and off. When it's on, it's levitating these weird kinds of matter. Okay, so raising this raises them, but not evenly. Oh, that's how high we want the first one to be. Oh, we want them to all be at this height. So I could just niggle around with this. But, okay, so this moves the right two. This moves the left two. This moves the outer ones. Okay, so... So that means that I think if I can just get them even with each other... So I need to... Okay, so that's where they're even. So if I go 2 ticks with this one, and then 2 ticks with this one, 2 ticks with this one, 2 ticks with this one, it looks like they're all even. So now, if I do an equal number of ticks, because each one of these is touched by 2. So if I do an equal number of ticks on all of them, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I missed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. There we go. 262.
I'd better write down those numbers in my journal.
Thank you for reassuring me the numbers were going in the journal. 262 hertz, 349 hertz, and 415 hertz. All right. So while I was messing with the volume, the tank said, "Turn up the beat, Mr. DJ." Have you guys seen one of my favorite comedy videos on YouTube? It's a Shmoyoho song about telling a DJ to turn the volume up, because there are so many stupid dance songs out there about telling a DJ to turn the volume up. They've got, I forgot what the song is called, but something about Mr. DJ or whatever. But like, go watch it. It's really, really good. Everything
I
on...
was completely covered in that black goo. I wonder what it'll do to me.
Everything on this rotten island has something to do with that damn black ooze, one way or another. The ancient ruins, the ritual well, even Dr. DeWitt's irrational behavior seems to be related to his getting exposed to that awful liquid. All right, what else? Anything in this room? Is this just a box of soap? What is this? Oh, it's this.
The ship was whaling not far from here.
Okay, so this ship was not part of the expedition. They found it, maybe?
Even the crew of the ship that brought Harry's expedition to this island were afraid of it.
So Itsy Boy Lewis says, does this game have puzzles like Tomb Raider does? That's the kind of vibes I get. So it does have a Tomb Raider vibe to it, in that you are a woman exploring a mysterious island and trying to solve puzzles. But whereas Tomb Raider is about a lot of jumping and very physical stuff, like wrenching things into place and moving giant structures. This one is a little bit more. It's first person. It's more cerebral and less action adventure-y.
This is the captain's last entry.
Okay, I'll need help reading this one. 10:25 a.m. Good weather and clear sailing until a surprise undercurrent shook the ship. I haven't seen the sea that rough in years. First mate swears he saw a huge sea creature near our hull shortly afterwards. Definitely not a whale. And I think I read this one already, right?
Frank is certainly a resourceful man.
Maybe not. I've wired up your message to the radio like you asked, Mr. Everhart. I'll keep broadcasting as long as the ship's got fuel. God help us, Frank. Okay, I think that's everything in this room. So I've got those frequencies. I don't know what they're for yet. But maybe there's somewhere around here I can use them. Those weird little motes of light these motes of light are creepy. What's going on? So I'm assuming there's somewhere else I can go on this ship where I can use those frequencies. Can I edge along this pipe? No, it looks like not. This is the kind of game where they actively restrict your movement. You can only go where you're supposed to. It doesn't have like you're not bouncing around like you're in Assassin's Creed or something. Okay, so it doesn't. So it looks like I found all the things are up here. Maybe back down the ladder. I assume I can go back down the ladder.
Only God knows how long I've been covered in this black liquid. I wonder what it's going to do to me. Although I doubt anything could be worse than my illness.
Oh, so Monster Man 32 has a question about State of Decay 2, which I can probably answer. He says, in State of Decay 2, if you have 12 characters, does that affect what missions you receive? Because if I get the mechanics mission, they turn friendly and then they leave, no siege. Yeah, so the way that we manage our population cap is kind of weird. I think we could do a lot better. We just need to find the right time and opportunity to do it. But basically our population cap, it's 12 or 11 or 12, but it's not surfaced to the player. Instead, when the player doesn't have enough room in their community to recruit the people you could recruit in a mission, then we don't spawn the mission. And so that's kind of it's not very clear, but yeah, but your intuition about it is absolutely right, Monster Man. Like that's exactly what happens when you've got a full community. If there is a mission that would require you to bring some people into your community, then it's not going to happen.
Looks like they took items from the stranded ship.
Java Monsoon says that they get Man of Medan flashbacks from this. Yes, that actually, it is pretty similar though. It's a lot. This is a lot more about the, at least the gameplay is a lot more about the stuff that you're interacting with and less about the people. There's no people to talk to on this island. I'm the only character.
It's too dark to see anything inside the tents. I should find a way to turn these lights on.
Oh, really? Okay, it looks like they're all connected here. Okay, that's just a light. Okay, so I've turned the power on the ship, but it looks like I don't see any wires connecting this setup to the ship. Got lanterns. Candles. Nope. Ah.
Dead as a doornail.
Well, don't know what to do about that then. I mean, I guess I'll do what I can here.
Oh dear. This doc was a certifiable loon.
Yesterday the stones danced with my song, Main Leave Leidje. Everything is tuned into this place. Is tuned in this place. There's this treasure in Shat Gokar le Finglui Fafagel. Speaking the old speech.
These medical tools are hair-raising. The doctor was certainly well supplied with all kinds of substances.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a chance to make a joke. Hold on.
These medical tools are hair-raising.
You mean they've got Rogaine? Sorry. Okay. That was... This is a very, very dark level. They are definitely making me wish I knew how to turn the lights on.
These two fellas seem to get along pretty well.
Frank and Tia Haroa singing while working in the workshop. Maybe Tia Haroa.
I'm glad you stayed by his side, whoever you are.
Frank, I understand what you were saying, but we can't leave Harry here alone. I know you must be thinking I'm only interested in a scoop, but what would you do if it was your wife who were sick? Would you let her die? I'm staying here to the end.
Looks like Frank wanted to leave, but I don't know if Harry ever read this letter.
Our lives are in grave danger on this island. Look what happened to Dr. DeWitt. The man is going completely bananas. I really think we should get off this island as soon as possible. Mr. Everhart was determined to leave until he found that organ thing. Do we have here? I am a child. Oh. He was determined until he found his organ, and then he just couldn't be torn away from it.
Did he take some amulets from the other campsite? Or did he carve some more?
Itsy Boy Lewis, no, the population cap in State of Decay 2 is pretty inviolable at this point, though, again, I would love to spend some time trying to improve on it.
Someone took notes about some important dates.
So we got arrival on the island, set up camp. Roy blows up the well's hatch, which is what we discovered in the last session. I remember that. We strike camp and move to the beach. Last entry in the Lady Shannon's ship log. Same day. Wait, what? It goes back to... Oh, I get it. Roy blows up the well's hatch happened on July 14th. And then the last entry in the Lady Shannon ship log is July 14th. So whatever Roy did might have caused the problems on the Lady Shannon. Apparently they're just celebrating Bastille Day. This is probably a French ship, and I don't know what I'm talking about. All right.
Never heard of this Eric Zan fella. Never heard of this Eric Zan fella.
It said play. For some reason in my head, I thought I was going to play the record. I don't know where I was going to do that.
A pulp magazine. I love Chandra Hogarth stories. A portable typewriter.
Okay.
Someone here had a green thumb. Photographic film.
So film cartridges used to look like? Ward and Blake News Agency. Okay, so there's a reporter here. So many things to read. I don't want to read this whole thing.
Goodness me, what a collection of happy news.
Okay, so luckily they don't intend for me to read this entire thing, just the
Oh
headlines.
my.
Okay, so the thing I'm not finding here is a puzzle I can solve with those frequencies from the ship.
I believe Harry visited this exposition when he was looking for answers for my illness.
Check out that unfolding animation. That was cool. Floop. Wow. I want a flashlight.
So, is this recording?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, well, Shouldn't we be listening to something, Frank?
I have assembled and disassembled it. Twice. So it should be fixed, Mr. Everhart. I don't know. Maybe it was never meant to play music.
DeWitt, where have you been this whole time?
Oh my God. He's got a knife.
Get off me, you lunatic!
Hold him! Hold him for Christ's sake! Call Tearoa, quick!
Okay. Cool. Running out of ideas and running out of space to explore. I'm assuming there's not much back where I started, but who knows? They tie somebody up here?
Ropes are frayed, and there are strange marks on the wooden pole.
So they shine a bunch of light. They tied someone up, shined lights on them, and then let something grab the person. Wow. Okay, got it. Okay, so the camp wanted me to turn on the lights, and maybe there's something that would have become interactive had I done that successfully.
I'm terrified. I've always been afraid of storms, but something or someone seems to be moving there on the reefs. Or is it just my imagination?
Oh wait, what's this? Aha! No?
No power.
Okay. Maybe I've found the key here. So I turned on power inside the ship, but maybe there's a series of switches. Okay, this is very confusing. All right, so it's very dark. I'm supposed to follow this wire? Oh, okay, wait. So, okay, is this wire the one that's going up the ladder? Okay, so maybe they expected that I was going to go to the camp first. Though, it was the door to the ship that was glowing, so that's where my attention went. But maybe I was supposed to trace this wire back. Follow it up this ladder. And then comes over this way. And oh, look at it. Oh, I didn't see this before. They're pretty cagey with their interaction nodes. Like, there are some games where you can just see through walls and you can basically tell where everything you can interact with, you can't possibly miss it. This game, I think partly because the puzzles depend on you cleverly going to the right place and intentionally going to do something, they don't make it easy. They when you get really close to something and are looking at it, looking directly at it, then you can see the node. Otherwise, they keep it hidden. I think that also probably contributes to the atmosphere. You're not just living in a world made entirely of interaction nodes.
At last, some light. That should make things easier.
There was another switch, though, wasn't there? Ah, right here. Aha, okay, there's a whole place that I didn't even realize was there. We'll go there in a sec. Let's see if there's any new interactions that are clearly, obviously new now that the lights are on. I think I've seen all of this. Okay, yeah, because they called it... I'm betting this is the thing that I revealed, so... This looks kind of similar to that other place where I had bad things happen to me. Okay, so we got a staircase up to the right. We got a camp down here. Let's do the camp first. I actually, as much as it sucks to sort of like walk up against a small obstacle and not be able to, climb it or go up it, it does help when a game is really clear about where you can't go. Like, particularly a puzzle game. In a puzzle game, you're always trying to eliminate, narrow your focus and figure out where the answers must be. And so being really clear about where you can and can't go really sort of helps me be confident I'm not wasting my time. I should catch up a little bit with the chat here. So... Oh, folks are asking about other random missions. So if you're not getting a particular mission in State of Decay, it's probably for some random reason. So we had somebody here was asking if having a particular rifle already would mean that the mission that spawns that rifle or something like might not show up. I don't think that's that we ever do that. I think that if you if your community has been through a whole bunch and you might want to have a mission again, I think you can. I think if you still got a character in your community that already went through a given mission, I think you can't have that mission again because that character's got a trait that says, hey, I've already done this. It's a hidden trait that says I've already done this, and so you won't get like Prepperant twice to two different people in the same community. But I think if a bunch of time has passed and you've gotten rid of the character somehow who had the previous mission, I think that the mission could come back at that point. Okay, so we've got tide levels measurements.
I hope you didn't borrow this slide projector from the University of Denver, old pal.
Okay, so I can just progress through the slides? What the... What? What does this mean? Okay, at least I know... What happens if I just go through all the blank slides? What? What is that? What? 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 It's telling me I'm to become a monster? Is that what that is? That was really creepy. Okay, so apparently these are associated with symbols in a way I don't really understand. But I know where to look for reference. I wonder if my notes have got this anywhere in them. Okay, I don't see anything having updated here. I guess maybe I'll have to come back here and look at this later when I know what I'm doing.
A rock stained with black ooze. Looks like the prototype of something. Captain Hodgson told me that knowing the lunar cycles is useful for better navigation at night. So Harry probably took this calendar from the Lady Shannon.
Okay, so I can see when full moons and new moons are. I'm not sure how that's useful. Unless this is sort of representation of like phases of the moon. Like, is this the new moon? And is this the full moon? Huh.
What kind of doodad is this?
Okay.
It's well tuned. I expected no less from you, old pal.
So 262-349-415. Oh, okay. Let me just play all the notes, and then she's gonna do the calculations for me here. Aha! Okay, here we go. So 262 is C. 349 is F. And 415 is G sharp. So it's C, F, G sharp. C, F, G sharp. Oh, I didn't do anything. Oh, I'm so excited.
Wow, look at the size of these stones.
What?
These symbols are linked to the piano keys.
Okay. So I don't know. So what? Okay. So that single dot symbol in the lower left, that's on C. The 4 dots are on F. The 2 arrows, left and right, are on G sharp. So 1, 4, 2 arrows? Does that correspond to anything here? Doesn't seem to. Alright, so... I mean, should I just try to put in one of these sequences? 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, left, right. Let's just give it a try here. Okay, so it looks like the scale that I'm playing starts with C, then it goes up. C sharp, D sharp, F, G, G sharp, A sharp. Alright. I think I can remember that. Let's just play that scale to start. Let's just play the scale. No! Screwed it up. Dang it. Also didn't do anything. There's a switch over here. Can I, oh, that's just turning it off and on. Okay, well, what if I played the second scale that appeared on that poster? Like, I mean, on the slide. Nothing. I'm missing something obvious. Maybe there's some more exploration I can do. Did I already look at everything over here?
You always did have a good ear, Harry.
Okay, so there's a structure somewhere that emits tones that change with the tides. Okay, so he's been recording. He created his own musical notation, I guess? And he's been recording what the tones are that are emitted by something. Is this structure something that's nearby that I just didn't look at? Okay, wait, these stairs. I forgot about the stairs. So let's go see what the stairs do. Maybe there's something I need to hook up in order to make these keys do what they need to do. Okay, so I can go this way or I can go that way. Let's go this way first. It looks shorter.
Sometimes I still doubt whether this isn't just some ghastly dream.
Okay, so far this is probably just a place to look pretty. But that could also, it could be that at some point I'm going to go over there and see something horrific. Let's go this way.
It's curious, but it's the first time since I got sick that I feel useful. Harry is depending on me, and not the other way around.
Okay, so we got this thing now.
What odd structure. It doesn't look like a building, though.
Okay, so this looks like a picture of the structure that the notes are about. I don't feel like this is telling me anything. I'm still missing something. Oh, that's it. Oh, the tank says that's his organ. Of course, I'm looking at that man's organ. That makes perfect sense. Yes. Well. I'm in the 4th grade. Monster Man asks, is there a reason for leaving behind the journal entries in State of Decay 1 when we moved on to State of Decay 2? Or is it a design decision? It was a logistical decision. You know, we actually really liked the idea of having journal entries in State of Decay 2 like we did in 1, but it was going to be a ton of work, and it was mostly peripheral to the gameplay. And given how, you know, few resources and how little time we had, it was something where, you know, it was painful to cut it, but we cut it for time. And even now, years after release, the things that we want to do, just everything else always seems to take priority over that, because while it's a neat thing to have, it's usually not something that's going to make make people decide. It's not going to affect someone's decision of whether or not to play the game, and so it's hard to prioritize it as high as other things. What is this? That son of a DeWitt stabbed Frank. Luckily, it was just a flesh wound. It's a good thing they hadn't held me back, or I would have plugged that nutcase like the rabid dog that. Ugh, what am I saying?
I've never seen Harry so angry.
All right, so I hope I haven't found everything.
How can someone build something like this out of stone?
Okay, so the waves are pushed through. So, like, I keep feeling like, oh wait, is that? I'm trying to figure out, like, am I supposed to find the thing that we've seen in the picture? I can't go in the water. Because we got the picture of it up here. We got the mural. I don't have the actual organ. If somebody who already knows the answer to this puzzle is watching me, they're probably just like, why aren't you seeing the obvious thing in front of your face? Hey there, greeting Scar. There's no, like, extra place I can go. Oh, this thing is so huge. I don't... Ah. Well, if this is just going to be... Jeffrey gets stuck for a while, that's not really a very exciting video. If you're watching this later on YouTube, and I don't just give up in the next 5 minutes, then feel free to skip ahead to when I figured out what the crap is going on. And I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube later, after I've posted it as a video. Right now, there's still much uncertainty for those watching me live. So the problem is, like, I've gotten no feedback from playing these notes. Nothing has changed. I can try one more note sequence, but okay. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Then starting over at the top. Okay, let's just do one more note sequence just because I'm crazy. Yeah, no, there's just nothing here. Okay. Like, I can't even tell if I'm on the right track or if I'm just completely wasting my time. Chunks of the ship. Like, I feel like if I had everything I needed and it's just some sequence that I'm missing, then I would be getting some kind of feedback, some kind of negative feedback saying, oh, nope, that wasn't quite it. Keep trying. But instead, I'm just getting nothing. It makes me feel like there must be something else that I missed, something important. How do you read this? Oh yeah, this was the Cthulhu speak. So Java Monsoon says, Jeff, try to replicate those number sequences you got from the balancing puzzle. So that is what I did. So that was the first thing I tried, because the balancing puzzle, it was 262, 349, 415, and that's the first note in the scale, followed by the fourth note in the scale, followed by the sixth note. So it's 1, 4, 6, and oh wait. I didn't notice that she had noted down this calendar here. So the new moon was on the 7th, and the full moon was on the 21st. How does that matter? Is there something about the... Do I care about November? Is it November now? Hold on. Okay, it's November 7th right now. Okay, so that means that it's the new moon. So does that mean I have to play the sequence from the new moon? I think I already have, haven't I? Unless it says that top line is just playing the scale straight. The one below it is playing the scale but starting with the final note and then starting over at the beginning. I feel like I might have already done that. And I don't know if they mean I play both of those. Do they mean I only play the second one to change it? Do they mean that, or like over the course of the day of the new moon, it changes from one to the next? I'm really not sure. Okay, let's try this. So, screwed it up. Okay. What happens if I... Okay, there we go. I keep turning it off and on again just in case that matters. Okay, I'm doing something like whoever knows the answer to this puzzle knows I'm doing something wrong, obviously wrong. Okay, so the ship has several colossal gashes. That's not relevant. What happened to its crew? So Harry discovered that the black gunk might have different applications. The ooze reacts to different sound frequencies, and some can even make it float in the air. Did the inhabitants of the island know that too? Harry found another unknown structure built by the previous civilization. He's searching for answers. The tidal organ emits musical tones when the water pushes air through its tubes. So, okay, so I've got a floaty thing back here, but I can't look at it while I'm playing. So at first I thought maybe this floaty thing is going to respond to certain notes and tell me something about whether I'm succeeding, but I don't think that's the case. Huh, so Java Monsoon says, what if the machine isn't a single octave piano, but a calculator? I don't know how we would turn it into a calculator, though. Okay, so all of these... So these all start with the scale just straight at the top. And then there's an arrow, and there's a different pattern down below. And you're right, it does seem like they're just shifting. Now this one's weird though. So this one is halfway. This one's normal. This one is like backwards. Sheesh. Okay, so they're saying like at different tide levels. Wait a minute. Tide levels. So are they trying to say that at the full moon, that's when the tide is the highest? And that's not really true. I mean, well, so maybe this is inverted from the moon. Maybe if it's the new moon, maybe what I need to play is this sequence, which is, let's see here. It's the last two backwards and then the rest of them forwards. We'll try that. This game is serious. Okay, last two. Wait, let's turn it off and on again, just to make sure that, in case that matters. Last two backwards. And then the rest of it forwards. You see, nothing is happening at all when I play this. So I feel like I'm just missing something. There's some key thing. Either I'm just doing the wrong thing with this keyboard, or there's some step I need to do that makes the keyboard relevant, and it's just not relevant yet. This is going to drive me nuts, though. What's going to drive me nuts is Henry at Undead Labs said, oh yeah, I got through that game in just a few hours. And so he's smarter than me. I already knew he was smarter than me. Dang it. He figured something out about this that I am not figuring out.
There are only 4 chairs around the campfire.
These guys totally sacrificed somebody.
The expedition only has 5 members now.
Oh, hey, that picture. Okay, they had a woman with them. Did that woman turn into a monster? Is that what that that reveal in the slideshow said?
He's repairing my old music box. Attack? What attack?
Repairing a music box.
What happened on this ship?
So I have not seen a music box. It seems like a music box could be useful for solving this puzzle. The tank says, I think you have to look at the tide and select the corresponding new and full moon symbols. I don't even know what that means. Like, how would I connect the... How would I evaluate the height of the tide? There's that big diamond symbol up there. Can I get high enough to see it? Because this tower has got this huge diamond cut into it, and the tide level seems like it's portrayed as, you know, being like the water you see through a symbol, through a diamond. Maybe there's something this tells me, but no, I don't think so. Is there some, is there some interaction here I'm missing? Looks like there's a bunch of holes on this thing, but I can't... Aside from just that interaction to look at it, I don't think there's anything up there. So yeah, so I figured out, so today is November 7th, and November 7th is a new moon, and so I tried entering the code that corresponded to the new moon. That's from the previous puzzle. And that didn't do anything. I don't know if that's what you're suggesting. I feel like I've already done that. But maybe that's not what you're suggesting. Or if you're suggesting something else that I'm not understanding, I am all ears. I would love to know what I'm missing here.
A rock stained with black ooze. Looks like the prototype of something.
It'll be funny if I'm just like, oh, yep, I'm too dumb for this game. And that's just how we end it. Okay, so the tank says, yes, but line the symbols up on the projector. I don't know what you mean by line the symbols up on the projector. Tank says it's hard when you can't be hands-on. Like, okay, so if this represents the new moon, and I don't know that it does. If this is the new moon, then when I line it up, it's got, oh. Greetings Star says the week has 7 days. That's interesting. But, so if we imagine that we're talking about 4 weeks between full moons, and, well, no, that doesn't work. Because if this represents the journey from full to new, that's too many days for each of these symbols to represent a day. Right? Greetings, Card. No, this is not an early puzzle. This is my 3rd session with this game. But you're right. You're right that the week has 7 days, and this is 7 notes, and that feels significant. But I don't know how to line it up in my head to make it mean something. Okay, I don't think the rest of this information is useful. I think she noted down what was useful, which is this month when the new and the full moon were. But yeah, someone made a connection in their head while designing this puzzle that I am just not making. That is the danger of doing arcane puzzles like this, you know, where it's not just, well, you've got all the, you know, everything's out in front of you just to figure out how to move the pieces around. That's one kind of puzzle. This is not that kind of puzzle. You have to make connections in your head, very specific ones, about how these symbols line up with the other concepts. And I think I'm missing something key. So, I don't know. If one of you wants to look at game facts and start prodding me with minor hints, I would not be offended by that. Like, I do want to see what I'm missing. I don't want to just be like, oh, well, this game is too hard, I just gotta quit. Like, I do want to know what the answer was, even if I don't really get credit for being the clever person who figured it out. Because I want to see how they think. Because it could be that, you know, knowing how this works makes it easier for me to understand future puzzles because I understand how they think better. So the tank is looking it up. Yeah, so Greetings Crash says, don't spoil it outright, just a hint. Okay, Itsy Boy Lewis is also looking it up. So between the two of them, maybe we'll get some ideas. I'm going to try to run around a little bit and just get a little bit of perspective while I'm waiting for them to find the answer. Just trying to see if there's some way I can look at this that makes me understand something about it. Like, can I see this organ that so far I've only seen illustrated? It's like there's some definite weird structures up there that might be a part of it. I don't think I can get into a position where I can see them much better than here, though. Yeah, so those of you who are watching me on YouTube later, feel free to skip ahead. Like, you have been, if any of you are still here, I'm amazed. And kudos to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. But you don't have to. You can jump ahead. See what happens when these folks get back with the answers to my conundrums. It also could be, I mean, there could be something that's going to be noted in my journal that is just a linchpin that makes it all make sense. And I've just missed whatever item I need to pick up and look at in order to give me that hint. Hey there, Pickle-Eyed Pengy. You've joined me just as I am getting frustrated trying to figure out a puzzle. And folks are actually going to go look in Game Facts or someplace for me to get me an answer because, but not too quick. Like, they're going to maybe give me some hints, prod me in the right direction. You know, there's some lights here that are not turned on. Does that mean anything? That light's on. And this thing has power. Maybe it's okay that the light's off. So Monster Man just said the word date and started laughing. I don't know what that means. I mean, it's November. The tank says something about a central well. So, okay, so Tank apparently found something out that has something to do with a central well? I don't see a central well. I mean, there's water over here. Is there something over in the camp that I missed? Oh, yeah. Maybe central. Yes, this probably is the central well. This entire area is probably the central well. That makes sense. So Java Monsoon says, can you turn the transistor radio on? You're talking about the thing inside the ship that was broadcasting? Okay, so let's imagine that place is called the Central Well. Let's also go over here and turn that radio back on, just in case there's something. I mean, any kind of recorded sound might very well give us a hint, right? Monster Man is laughing, and I don't know why. The fact that you kind of move around this world so slowly does kind of contribute to frustration. Like, when you don't know what you're doing, you're like, oh, going to check something on the other end of the map is going to take so long, and it just makes you sad. Okay, so this room had a radio.
This is a distress call from the Everhart expedition, 74 nautical miles east of Tahiti. The Lady Shannon has run aground. Its crew is unaccounted for. 5 of us have survived, but we're stranded on this island. Please send help immediately.
Okay, so Java Monsoon said that there's a transistor radio near where the piano puzzle is. So yeah, so maybe I have missed an item. That was my guess, right? That like there was some item that I needed to interact with that would give me sort of a piece of the puzzle. And then maybe I hadn't found it yet. But like when you're missing something like that, where do you even start? What, you know, like, do you look in the tent? Do you look somewhere else? Like, it could be anywhere. And it could sort of lead you to have like choice paralysis and frustration rather than, you know, like yeah, because it's not like there's a way you can sort of think through and figure out in advance where things are likely to be. It's all kind of, you know, just to be discovered. I'm just paranoid I'm missing other things too, so I'm just looking at every object that I pass. Okay, let's see if we can find a transistor radio over here by the piano puzzle. Radio. Claw. Floaty deal. Bunsen burner. Floaty deal. Projector. Coffee. Mirror. Books. That looks like it might be a radio, but I don't have an interaction node for it. No, Tank, I have not solved it yet. Okay, Tank says there's some switches in some columns somewhere around here. Where? I feel like I've touched everything. Going around touching stuff like some kind of weirdo. I mean, if you're saying columns, maybe it's up here? I feel like I looked around and didn't find anywhere that I could interact with things. It's real dark up here, so if there's something here, I just don't see it. You can see the whole camp from up here. Tank says up high. All right. So Nothing to interact with here. We've got the mural up here. When I interact with this, she just talks.
What odd structure. It doesn't look like a building, though.
Yeah, there's nothing I can interact with up here besides that. I don't think there's a way to go higher. The tank says I think that's a door. What's a door? This mural is a door? Oh, maybe so. Maybe you're looking at a hint for the next phase. Maybe there's something I need to do to open this first before I can go to the part you read about. So the tank says, yes, I jumped too far ahead. Well, good to know this is going to become a door. That's nice. That's really good. But before that... So Monster Man was just laughing about the fact that I'm just giving everyone permission to skip this part of the video because it's kind of ridiculous. I've been doing this for an hour, haven't I? I've been running around this silly place for an hour. Okay, Itsy Boy Lewis is back and says, yeah, you missed some stuff. I'm not surprised, but where? Where did I miss stuff? Are people who are good at this game, like, good at it because they're just really good at sort of, like, dry humping the wall of every part of the level and just finding every single thing? I think I looked at all of this. Yeah, I looked at this. So, Itsy Boy Lewis says you got to make sure you get notes for the organ puzzle. So what I have in this is what I've got in my journal. I've got the notes for the keyboard associated with symbols. I've got those 3 frequencies from the power setup, or from the levitation experiment. I've got the calendar. There is blank space on my journal. And so it does seem pretty likely that there's something missing. I just don't even know where to start looking for it. This map is pretty big. I feel like I've gone into every tent. I feel like I've sort of poked around. So yeah, so the tank says I prefer to call that nosing around like a bloodhound. Well, you don't like calling it dry humping every wall, really? That's what my friend Matt calls that, because he used to be a tester. He started out his career. He's now like a executive at Microsoft, but he started his career as a tester, and so that's what he called it when he would go around and just try to find every possible secret door or collectible or whatever in a level. He would call it dry humping the walls. He would just go around and just like skate around the edges and like jump against things and push against things, trying to find
what else could be seen beyond these shores.
Trying to find stuff that somebody might miss just with a casual walkthrough. Okay, so Tank, I don't want to watch a video while I'm streaming. That would just be really, really sad. If we stop the stream to watch somebody else's YouTube video showing me how to complete the puzzle, that's silliness. Wait. Have I been here? Whoa, what? Wait a minute. This just looked like... What?
Some kind of improvised workshop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let's go back and look at what this place looked like from the outside. Okay. Let's go over here. I just want to walk through the experience I had, which was I went to the ship first because it was glowing. Then I came from the ship. And I came over here. I was like, oh, There's a whole camp here. Okay, I'm going to start on the left side of the camp. And I went over here, and I started looking at stuff. Completely missed that this exists. This just looks like... I mean, it looks like the same impenetrable backdrop as everything else, but it's a whole part of the level. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, here we go.
You made it work, Harry. Now it's my turn.
Good morning, crew. Sorry for the reveille this morning. I didn't expect to wake all of you up with the noise of that awful organ. Good news is the organ revealed the entrance to a temple. The bad news is that the temple is on the mountaintop, so I hope you're in a mood for a good hike. All joking aside, if the temple has an answer that I'm looking for, then we can finally leave this damn island and go home. Thank you all for sticking with me, Harry. More pictures. Okay, yeah, so that
This
is that.
must be the highest part of the island. And that diamond shape again. How strange.
Okay, so we got that. So anything I'm missing over here? No. This thing. Is this a thing? Nope. What about... don't stare in the sun. Okay. What is this?
So this is the reason the ship was scavenged.
If we want to enter the temple on the mountaintop, we have to reproduce the effects of the organ somehow. I know we weren't planning on this, but we have to build a machine with whatever we can lay our hands on from the Lady Shannon. Do you think we can do that?
What kind of machine were you building?
Okay. Looks like it's big speaker towers, maybe?
Blowtorch. Looks like it's been used a lot.
Any secrets on this thing, or is it just somebody modeled a blowtorch and they were really proud of it? Ah.
Harry isn't usually very chummy, but he really seems to like Frank.
Frank, great idea. We'll move the materials we need to the summit so we can get set up camp there. Just another thing. Please stop calling me Mr. Everhart. Call me Harry, as all my friends do. Okay, so Itsy Boy Lewis is telling me to walk across the boardwalk, and I totally will, except I'm so paranoid about missing things now, I feel like I have to dry hump every part of this level first. Okay, so there's a wire going up here. And the staircase is collapsed, so that's probably why I can't do whatever normal thing they did. So yes, let's go across that boardwalk. Java Monsoon says, I bet the devs for this game were proudly bragging about how little hand-holding they did. Yeah, no, probably so.
When I get back home, I'm going to read up on engineering. I've been interested in knowing how things work since I was a child, but I always thought technology wasn't for me. What nonsense.
So, and the thing is, like, they are correct. How little they're telling me is what makes solving the puzzles feel good. I think the problem we had with this puzzle was not the fact, at least so far it seemed like, it was not a problem with the puzzle itself being too arcane. It was a level design problem. It was the fact that it was so hard to see that there was a gap there, that gap looked just like, because you know, like we were talking about before, this is the kind of game where they really restrict your movement a lot. You can't just bounce all over everything. Like, they carefully plan out where you can go and where you can't. And so that means that my eye is attuned to what they are treating as impassable obstacles. And so when something reads to me as an impassable obstacle, I don't consider going there. And so that's one of the costs of making a game with restrictive movement, is that I assume I can't go places that look restricted. And so that means that when they made a really a critical entrance in the game to a major portion of the level, blue with flashy lightning and basalt chunks, when it looks like that, I assume that's just a wall. I assume I cannot go there. So I don't feel as dumb. I don't feel as bad for making this mistake.
That huge stone door looks like an exit. How does it open?
And actually, you know, so far, actually, I haven't... All I've gotten from the tank and Itsy Boy Lewis is encouragement that there is a solution, and I was still missing
structure
something.
certainly isn't natural, but not man-made either.
And so I'm actually not feeling that bad about getting help with the puzzle.
This feels ominous.
Because the thing I was missing mechanically was that entrance, and I found that by myself. The thing that I was definitely missing, though, that I needed the tank and It's Boy Lewis to help me with, was hope. I did not have hope, and you guys gave me hope, so I appreciate that. All right, so this moves up and down. Okay, so what is this? Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be opening organ pipes to make certain notes play. So, let's... There's still lots of ways I can think about this. So let's look at the journal. So if we decide... Oh, so this does not... So, okay, so for instance, if I wanted to play those 3 frequencies that I found in that place, that would be the sort of... what I'm reading as number 1, number 4, and 415 was number 6, which is the left-right. So I don't know if I can just open 1, 4, and 6. I'm going to close 3. Open 4. This must be the central well, maybe, that you guys are talking about. Oh. Do I set this for the new moon? Set that for the new moon. This is 2. 2 should remain closed. This is 6. 6 should stay open. Okay, so we got... There's 7 of these, right? So that was... We got 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, all correct. So maybe downstairs are the other 3? 2... Oh, sorry, this is not... This is 5. 5 should remain closed. There's 1, 4, and 6 we want.
Those symbols seem to indicate the height of the tide.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so the height of the tide is not the lowest, but fairly low. Okay, so we got fairly low tide. I only found 5 of the pipes. Okay, so I think we're doing a lot of the right pieces here. So we've set it to the new moon, which is today. I think we're opening and closing the notes that correspond with the frequencies that we found at the levitation thing. Oh, here's another one. Right here. All right, that one needs... That's 7. That needs to be closed. I feel like I'm missing one still. Can I go? Oh. Oh, this is the collapsed. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we've got 7. We've got 6. We've got 2. 2, 6, and 7. 2, 4, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. And this was 5 in here, wasn't it? 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing 1. We don't have number 1. And 1 is one that has to be open, I think, in order to make this work. So, what am I missing? Again, am I again missing an obvious thing? Where is number 1? Now, number 1 could be down that staircase. So I could go back down there and see. Oh, wait, right here. Number 1. Open. Okay. And you notice there was no little jingle. So if that was right, and I don't know it's right yet, if that was right, there was no little jingle telling me I got it right. Compared to, say, Immortals Phoenix Rising, where every time you make progress in a quest, they reward you. They say, yes, 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 you're on the right track. Keep going. This game is not doing that. And if I'm wrong about how I set that up, I'm not going to find out for a
quite scared of
while.
storms. When I was a child, I used to cover myself with the sheets to not listen to the noise of thunder. I honestly doubt I'd like to cover myself with anything in here. Time to overcome my fears, I guess.
So Java Monsoon says, in Valhalla, there's a lock puzzle that has had me stumped for a week now. On one hand, I'm afraid that I'm wasting time because I'm just stuck on a level gate, or I missed something very obvious. Yeah, that can be so frustrating because, like, there's a part of you that's like, will I just feel like, if I'm just one step away from solving this puzzle, am I just going to feel cheap forever because I went and I found a hint? Or am I actually costing myself all the fun I would have after that puzzle for no good reason because it's a stupid puzzle? Because sometimes, you know, like, the mistake that I made here, I feel very, like, I don't feel dumb for that. I feel like that was an easy mistake to make. That you know, so I don't feel bad about the struggle that I had here. Okay, so now I know what the tide is. One more.
I think this is the right one.
Okay. So they are giving me just a little bit of help. So that means... Aha! Okay. So, we got that top line, and then an arrow, and then the bottom line. Do I play both of these? So does that mean that I play the scale in order, and then play the scale out of order? I'm going to try that, because that seems like it's probably what they want. So, and it looks like the out of order scale is it's just the last 3 notes followed by the first 4 notes, but the 2 and the 3 are flopped. Oh, I just reminded myself. Okay, I do remember the order of the notes. Okay, so first we play the straight scale. Let's turn it off and on again. Straight scale. Then it was the last 3 notes, followed by the first 4, but 2 and 3 are flipped. Still missing something. Okay. What am I missing? Tank says maybe it's just the bottom line. Okay, so I'll try it again, just the bottom. Let's make sure that I've got this right. Yeah, the last 3 notes, followed by the first 4 with the middle 2 flipped. Yeah, that is right. So let's try just doing that last scale. And again, it could be that, I mean, it's not like I've heard the organ playing in the background, right? So wait, Itsy Boy Lewis says that there's a monkey to find on the projector? What are you talking about? If you're talking about this beast, oh, wait, I need to look at it?
Well, that cartoon was
Oh, thank you.
unexpected
Thank you for catching that.
and inexplicable.
Okay, so maybe let's try just the bottom line. But again, I feel like I should be hearing something, right? Like I should be hearing the huge organ making noises, or something. Like, there's something I'm missing here. This can't be everything. Wait, what am I even doing? Hold on. All right, so it was... Oh, I turned it off. Ah. Yeah. No. It's not it. Okay, what am I missing? Tank and Lewis. Do you think... okay, so there's some kind of machine. So I remember I looked at a diagram for a machine. I don't see something that looks like that machine here. I've got the little piano, but it doesn't seem to be connected. Is it connected to something that I need to turn on? Is it... It doesn't look like it's connected to much. What was this again?
I've never seen Harry so angry.
It's connected to these lights. I'm gonna go back and see if I missed something over by the organ. So for instance, like, I assumed that the fact that it was a new moon meant that I needed to turn that thing, that cover on the central well the way I did. I don't know if that's actually true. What's this?
A burned photo. I can't make out what's in it.
So that might have been important. At this point, I'm definitely not ashamed to get a little bit of help. Just because, I mean, this video has gotten so long now. I mean, we're definitely well over an hour. I think we're going to push 2 with this sucker. Is there... Okay, there's equipment on the ground here. Was there anything... So this stone door... Okay, here's the problem. I believe I need to open this door. It would be weird if I did it from the other location. That would be strange, right? That feels like it would be kind of wrong. So... maybe there is something more I can do here that I've just missed. Oh, what is that? Oh my gosh. I forgot about this thing. Okay. So I've opened and closed all these, so it's going to be... Wait a minute. Huh, wait a minute. Have I done this wrong? Is this reflecting what I've done with these pipes? Because it looks like I've got it wrong. Because it's supposed to be 1, 4, and 6, right? But it looks like I've got 1, 6, and 7. Let's look at these things again. Okay, I just closed that. Was it 1, 4, and 6? Oh, sorry, 1, 5, and... Okay, let's look at the journal again. I could have this wrong. Hold on. So it's 262, that's 1. 349 is 4. And 415 is the left and right, which I've been calling 6. 1, 4, and 6. Okay. So, okay, so I did have this wrong. I just somehow got my everything screwed up. Okay, so I don't know exactly how I screwed this up because I thought I knew what I was doing. But yeah, so apparently I've got... Oh, I know why! I thought this was 4 and this was 7. These two are so similar to each other, I screwed them up. Okay, so I need to find 4 and 7 and flip them both. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so this is not 7. That's 4. 7 has got to be somewhere else. Or vice versa, or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Further down here. Nope. Where was it? Dang it. Oh, was it the one that was over by the staircase? The other staircase? A broken staircase? Alright, yeah, so I need to... Okay, so... Oh, that's so weird. Okay, so it's the one with the diamonds that I want to have open, not the one with the triangles. This one. I mean, it was pretty clear. Alright, now. Okay, maybe not this? Is this button supposed to do something? I feel like I want some kind of confirmation that this is correct. I don't want to just run all the way over there and start pushing buttons again. Okay, this one is definitely indicating that the new moon is what it's set to. They gave me feedback that I had the right thing on the projector. And let's just look at it again, just to make sure. 262, 349, 415. That's what we've got here. Round of course has only 126 more combinations to try if this one doesn't work. Shut up. Whoa, what's in here? Open, closed.
Must be instructions to operate this bizarre structure.
Okay, yeah, that all seems right. Oh, round of the chord's like, wait a minute, it's only 7 choices, not 8, so it's only 62 permutations. Oh, okay, well that's fine then. Okay, I'm gonna guess that this is fine now. I'm still really... I'm weirded out by the fact that I'm still getting no feedback about whether or not what I did worked. So I feel like I am more confident now. I mean, I was confident before that I had it right. I'm even more confident now because I did have that little panel to look at. But it had that button I could push, and that button's not doing anything. And that's making me real nervous because I feel like that button would have done something. Button would have done something if I had it right. And so I think I'm still wrong. I think this is still going to not work. And I don't know what I'm missing. Tank asks, you're setting the symbols based on the lower segment? No, I'm setting the symbols based on the frequencies. Wait. Okay, wait. Lewis is saying I'm wrong. Yeah, okay, so okay, you guys... So, okay. Here's what I was assuming. I was assuming that what we needed was for the symbols, the opened and closed pipe organ symbols. I was assuming that what we needed was for those symbols to match those 3 frequencies, and then I would play the 7 notes. But maybe it's the opposite of that. Maybe what I actually need to do is maybe it's reversed. Maybe I need to somehow tune these 7 symbols to match what was on the projector, and then those 3 notes are the ones that I play? Java Monsoon says, I dislike the game lets you flounder like that. There's no mercy timer, which the game could really use. Okay, so the question is there some way... Yes, I don't know if there's a way I can use the projector to tell me what to do with this, because these... I mean... I can't move these things around, right? Like... It says go from that order down to this other order. But what does that mean? Okay, yeah, so it's your boy Lewis. Yes, I did check my log. So, okay, so it is the new moon right now. So you can see in my log that it is November 7th right now. And so November 7th is a new moon. So, black circle. I've set this to match black circle. I assume this is the indicator, and it's pointing at the black circle. So I think that's correct. I can't think of another way for it to be right. So Java Monsoon says, what if you must align the symbols like you do on the piano? I don't know what that means. You mean, oh, wait. Do you mean that I play the symbols in the, like I grab the row of symbols from the log over in the upper right, the new row of symbols, and just apply them to the same keys? So that now the up-down arrows are C, and the left-right arrows are C sharp. How does that help me, though? I don't think that helps me. I don't think that would just mean playing the straight scale, which I've done before. Or I guess I didn't do it with the right setup. So the only reason I turned around and didn't try the piano is because you folks told me to, and because I'm weirded out by the fact that this button doesn't do anything. So, you see, if that was the answer, Java Monsoon, then it would just be playing the straight scale all the time, right? I think, right? I don't think that could be the answer. I feel like there's something I'm missing about it. Well, either I could just run back and play the scale the way I was planning to originally, and it will just work and everything will be fine. That's one way to imagine this might be. Okay, so the tank says, okay. So look at the projector and find the symbols based on the tide level and the moon phases and do all the calculations. So I've done that. So on the upper right corner of my journal, it says, like, that's what came from the projector for the current tide level. The tide level is at that fourth down level. And that array of symbols you see over there, those are the ones that correspond to the current tide level. So I've got those. I know those. And that's what I've been trying to play. Now, I haven't played them with the current setup, so maybe it would work. So maybe, you know what? Because this is driving me crazy, but maybe it's nothing. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to play that tune. I'm going to try to play that tune. Oh, Raneth Chord, you've got a really good idea. Raneth Chord suggests that maybe I've got this panel inverted. That's an easy thing to check. So I'm going to check that, because if I can push the button after inverting every single one of these, missed one? Oh, dang it. Which one did I miss? Oh, did I miss number one? I might have missed number one. So, okay. I should think about this like I'm playing a recorder. The notes I'm playing are the ones that are closed, not are indicated by the ones that are closed, not the ones that are open. Oh, wait, no. I did close this one, didn't I? Okay, let's look and see which one I missed. So 1, 4, and 6. Okay, so it's 6 that I missed. So maybe 1, 4, and 6 are supposed to be the closed ones, not the open ones. So that is not... Yeah, so 6 is this guy, the left right. Where is the left right one? Is it? Nope, that's 2. What is this? Oh, there we go. Left right. Close it. Okay. All right, let's try this. It's not different. Okay, dang it. So now, so it could be either one, right? It could be, like, what I'm doing right here could be correct. Or the previous way I had it could also be correct. I don't know which one, and it's not giving me any feedback. Or, you know what? It could be a completely different thing, and I'm completely misunderstanding how this is supposed to work. Java Moon says on the display there's this black line. What if the black line is the black keys? When you say black line, do you mean like these black lines that are going through them? Like, and these 2 are black keys, and you know, and these 2. Wait, was it? No, it's these last 2 here are black keys. I doubt that would be it, because that would mean whoever constructed this thing would need to know what a like a piano looked like, and I don't think that's what they're trying to say here. All right. So, well, I had thought that if that move was correct, that suddenly this button would start working and it would confirm it for me. So the symbols on the well covers, I don't think they're not communicating anything to me here. Tank was asking about that. Those don't seem to be communicating anything. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try to play that tune. We'll see if it works. And then if it doesn't, we'll come back and reverse them all. We'll try it again. We're just going to keep doing this and getting angrier and angrier until it works. Someone who knows the answer to this puzzle, who genuinely understands it, having played through it before, like, watching me, but they must be just going nuts, right? Just like freaking out because I'm missing some obvious thing. Okay. Tank is going to go watch that video all the way through and see what somebody else did. Okay, cool. Go ahead and do that. I mean, if I've got it wrong, you're going to have plenty of time. You're not going to need to worry about me. BMac59 asked if I'm 3.5 hours into the game. I actually kind of am. So I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I wasn't playing this game for the first part of this time. I was playing a different game, but I did actually stream about 2 hours of this prior to playing. So I probably am about 3.5 hours in. Okay, so let's play that scale again. Last 3, followed by 1, 3, 2, 4. Yep, nothing. And again, I feel like I should be hearing the organ blaring or something. Like, if I'm doing this right, I should feel that organ responding to me. Like that's what makes me feel... I just feel like they would make the correct solution to this way more momentous and powerful feeling. And so the fact that just nothing is happening makes me feel like I have missed some key thing. Oh wait, Itzy Boy Lewis is telling me that I've got something wrong on the tuning maybe. So I'm going to go back up there and see. Oh, this walk is going to kill me. Wait, where's the... Wait. There we go. Okay, so Itzy Boy Lewis says, my far right is filled in and it should not be. So, okay, so what I think what Itzy Boy Lewis is saying is that when I inverted these things, I was wrong. I should have put it back the way it was, because the first one should be filled, the last one should not. So, let's just go through, flip them all again. It would be hilarious if I had the right answer before and then I got paranoid and flipped them and flipped the answer. Oh wait, I think I skipped this one over here. Okay, yeah, so the tank says the other guy had 4 and 6. Okay, so this is what I had before. 1, 4, and 6 have got the black lines going through them. And so, wait a minute. So, Itsy Boy Lewis says you're almost there. You have everything correct, but the far side ones were inverted? What does that even... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. I think... Okay, somebody was saying something like this, and now I think I understand what... Maybe this is what one of you meant. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Java Monsoon. I don't know. Okay. So those 3 frequencies. They're the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th notes on the piano. But the conversion, the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th are maybe based on the settings for... So maybe I want the up and down, the 1 and the 2 to be the ones that stand out. 1, 2, and 5? Now you're all saying 1, 2, 4. You're all saying different things. Okay, so we've already got... let's try to make it 1, 2, and 5. So that means I need to flip 2, 4, 5, and 6. So let's flip 2. This is 5 or 6. Did I say 2, 4, 5, and 6? Maybe that's wrong. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, and 5 is what we want. Oh, but you're saying 1, 2, and 5 closed. So it's... Frack. Wait a minute. Okay, so where are we right now? 1, 2, and 5 are the ones we want to have closed. So 5 is already closed. All the rest of these need to be open. So yeah, I'm just not going to bother with, like, I'm going to go, like, I could have trial and errored it to figure out whether it was open or closed that they want. I'm just going to go with what you guys are saying. We've wasted way too much time on this. So, okay, so if 1, 2, and 5 are what we want, and that makes perfect sense, then we've got it almost inverted. Basically, 5 is closed. Everything else needs to be flipped. So, okay, so just the up and down arrows. That's the one I don't flip. I flip everything else. So, flip you. Flip you. Saying flip you makes me just feel like I'm someone from Utah cursing someone out. Flip you. Flip you. Is that it? Is that everybody? Nope, 3. 3 down the hill. 3's probably down the hill. Nope. Dang it, where's 3? Ah, this game. It's got 7 of these things. Why is it so hard for me to find them all when I've... There it is, 3. Okay. Hold on. 1, 2, and 5. Okay, again, no feedback that this is correct, but you guys are saying 1, 2, and 5. So Itsy Boy Lewis says, look at the symbols on those rocks and look at the ones you need to flip. What are you talking about? What symbols on what rocks? So, okay, so 1, 2, and 5 are closed. And that's what we're saying. 1, 2, 5 closed. So I'm going to assume that's right, even though I'm getting no feedback from it. Stupid game. Oh, wait. Tank! Tank, you said closed! Tank is now telling me they need to be open, and that's why I'm not getting feedback. Okay. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna flip them all again. Oh my gosh! If anyone is watching this on YouTube and actually managed to watch this entire thing, you must be a sadist enjoying watching me flounder. Because this is not entertainment. This is not entertainment at all. This is just torture. Okay. So now, 1, 2, and 5 are flowing.
Holy Mike! What kind of magic is this?
Okay, so that piano wasn't even part of the solution. It was just there to help me understand that it was music. That's the only reason that was there, was just to help me understand that this was music. Oh my gosh. It was not even a thing I needed to do. The answer was always here. Okay, so here are my mistakes. Number 1, I started believing, because that piano was interactive, I started assuming, because of games, that the piano was an important part of the puzzle. The piano was irrelevant. I never needed to touch it. It was a distraction. And so apparently that's a thing that happens in this game, is distractions like that. Entire toys they make for you to play with that have nothing, that seem like they're connected to the puzzle and are even noted in the journal. But, like, yeah, I mean, like, so, oh, that's why it was there. It was so that I could play each note and find out its frequency. And so then it could be associated with all the things. Fine. Okay, the piano was just there to populate my journal. The piano was not there to solve the puzzle. So that's good to know that that's a thing that can happen in this game. So I assumed that the piano was part of the solution. Instead, the piano was just there as a hint. So the entire solution was over at the organ. And then the thing I didn't get until for a long time, even though I think somebody else in the chat actually did understand it, but I didn't understand what they were saying. I needed to convert the connection between the frequencies and the notes. I needed to convert it to follow a different scale based on the tide level. And then I was going to get feedback. So the thing is, they did construct this right. Like, there was feedback from pushing that button over there to tell me if I was right or wrong. I did not need to run back to the piano to find out if I was right or wrong. I could find out right there. So, in theory, this was correct. I think it was the red herring on the piano. The fact that I felt like, well, okay, number 1, it was the fact that I didn't even find this organ for a long time. But then because okay, yeah, that's what it was. I'm just trying to dissect what I did wrong so that I can understand how to do a better job on future puzzles. So I didn't see this part of the level. I don't blame myself for that. But because I didn't see this part of the level, like if I had found the organ first, I might have assumed the piano was just a reference for the organ. But because I spent a long time not finding the organ and instead thought I had to solve the puzzle with the piano, I got entrenched in that solution with the piano. And so I thought the piano was the answer. And didn't really spend time trying to solve the problem with the organ, using the organ to give me feedback on whether I was on the right track. So, interesting, right? We've got some candles. We got some... Oh, what is this nonsense?
Wow. Let's see what the next one does.
Okay, making things appear. It almost feels like somebody's putting on a puppet show for me. The tank says I could always edit down the video. No, I can't. That would take too much time. I've already wasted my whole morning on this nonsense. Ah!
That's it. That's where Harry must have gone.
All right.
I'm not sure why, but I don't feel this island is dangerous. Maybe it's because I haven't spent as much time here as Harry did.
So, Randith Cord says, maybe the game should have been more clear about being done with that whole piano area. So yeah, so I think that's true. It's the kind of thing that's hard to discover without a lot of playtest feedback. Like, I bet, like, if I had played this game in front of them and explained what I'm doing in front of them, the people who made the game, it's very likely they might have said, you know what, we should put a dialogue line. If somebody keeps goofing off with the piano, have her say, there's no way this is the answer. And you've heard that there are lines like that in other parts of the game. That's the kind of thing that they've shown that they're willing to do. They probably just didn't realize that with the combination of events that I went through, that it was likely for someone
That was quite a hike.
to get hung up on the piano and not move on to the organ. Anyway, chapter 4. Here we are. I'm about done with that, though. Okay, so if I ever feel like coming back to Call of the Sea again after that nonsense, it'll probably be up there. You can also subscribe. And that will be the end of this YouTube video. Finally! Holy crap!